Hello, I'm Dr. Tsoi, the acupuncturist and herbalist, of course, the artist. And today I'm going to talk about these arts, and also I'm going to talk about sick artists make sick art. So first things I'm going to talk about these arts. Basically, as you know, I use arts as medicine and to heal people physically, mentally, and spiritually. So first, I use yin and yang and the five elements. So I use the line as the energy flow that's created by the artist. So they have the energy force and they with the energy movements from the artist. So that's the lines as a continuation, and with one line and the continuation to make this artwork. So after that, I use water mixed with acrylic, pour and canvas. So they make things mixed. So with the unexpected things that's related with the yin. With a line I draw as a mountain, so it's more like expected. So that's a yin and yang. So with art, you always have a yin and yang, and to create art. And also I use the dry wash and wash the painting. So that's create a more texture, more feelings. And dry is belong to yin, and the wet with the water mix that's belong to yin. So that's have a contrast. So that's how the paintings look like. So these paintings, as you know, so very healing with physically, mentally, and spiritually, because they balance the five elements and also yin and yang. So what is yin and yang? Yin and yang is the opposite things in the universe, but then they do have to use yin and yang to explain because, example, sky and says yang, earth says yin. You cannot say the earth is yang and the sky is yin. So because you have to use yin and yang to explain the opposite things. Just like man's yang, women's yin, you cannot say that women's yang and the man's yin. So because that's the design, the whole universe designed that way. So something we can try to improving, changing, and to better find, but try to improving. But something you cannot change because that's the universe law. So that's you have to follow that. So including the economy and human behavior and family life and the country to country relationship and with the war, all those things have to be balanced with yin and yang. So if we against the nature, so that's why we sometimes we throw ourselves out of balance, so create a lot of problem. Even with the economy, have problems. So that's why it's very important. Of course, the paintings, the artwork is no exception. So that's a part of the universe. So that's why you have to follow the yin and yang. So the other things is the five elements of color. That's blue is good for the liver, and the yellow is good for the digestion system. Red is good for the heart, and the black is good for the kidney, and the white is good for the lungs. So that's the five elements of color. That's the whole universe of five elements. So we just talk about the five elements of color. So that's we talk about this painting. And here we're going to talk about a little bit about sick artists and make a sick art. So the artwork is reflect an artist, and depends on the mood you have, the how happy you are, how sad you are, how mad you are, and all those things, and they affect your art. So if you're a good artist, so you always create the art so to try to balance your system. So if you're very sick, so we talk about not a little sick, if you're terribly sick, so one extreme than others. So if you're terribly depressed, usually you use the art to create so active and so violently, and you want to balance your system. you want to find your exist. So, and the artwork. So that's why you create that way. But the artwork you created, so of course this medicine you created is good for the artist, but not necessary for the public. So that's why I see the public people who collected the artwork and a short period of time, they should be okay. And but if you long term, if they're living with art, a few weeks or a few months or even a few years, if they're physically so balanced, if the artwork they review and they control them out of balance. So that's why I see they can become very violent and they can get into the physical system and they can affect physically, mentally, and spiritually. So that's why it's very important to get the right arts match with your system. Of course, the best way is if you find that you dislike the artwork, so that's the time you know they're not a match with your system. And that doesn't matter with the price or the famous people or just you make a lot of money. So nothing to do with those things anymore. You just don't like the art. So you just use, you can put on the side to use as a collection. And of course, then the other opposite way is if you're terribly violent people, always get upset and always get mad, and you're restless. You're looking for killing, fighting every day. So obviously, if you're a good artist, if you create art, so you try to smooth out, balance your system. So you try to find a corner to hide, to balance, so to help you breathe good, and you feel better. That's way. So, but the artwork you created could be sometimes a little too depressed for the average people. So that's why I see the average collector or people who collect your work and for the short period of time, and that's okay. But if you long term, they usually take about 20 minutes to get into your system if they review the art. But if they collect the work, bring home, and to view a few weeks, a few months, or even a few years, that's many hours of view the art, so they can absorb the information from the art, so they can throw them, make it see for they make them depressed, and because you try to the medicines is too strong, so to for the average people, so that's why they can get very depressed and get very sad, and sometimes they can get suicidal. But of course, that is not the only way to can cause their problem, and they have so many other way: the economy, family life, and relationship with the friends, and even stress, pressure from jobs, that. So they can affect the system too. So that's of course that's yin and yang also. So if you have the boss is very always violent, very always yell at you, or so nervous, so usually make you down and depressed. So that's they can make you very sick. If a short period of times is okay, but it's long times they can cause problems. Of course, if you deal with people who are always depressed, sick, they have influence on you, so they can get you can get draw and you can make you uncomfortable too. So it can make you physically, mentally, and spiritually sick. So that's why it's very important. Make sure you understand, and the arts can affect the physical, mental, and spiritual condition. So I hope you understand more. If you have more questions, so let me know. And I'm going to repeat again. I have a show this Thursday, and in Stanford. That's August 12, the Thursday. So please, if you want to come to the show in Stanford, Connecticut, so call me, or you email to me. So we're going to give you the address and the locations. So thank you for watching, and I run out of time. And if you like to collect my work, I really appreciate it. So you can get in touch with me as soon as you can. Thank you. Bye.